ZEPBOUND constipation. Hi, friends. Have you had ZEPBOUND constipation or Mounjaro constipation? Well, I've got today for you 7 action items that have worked well for me over the last 16 months of being on Mounjaro, and then because of the Mounjaro shortage, ZEPBOUND, and because of the ZEPBOUND shortage, now on the ZEPBOUND compound slash Mounjaro compound with tirzepatide. And this is what's been working well for me. And so I hope that this encourages you. I have been on for 16 months, having lost, I'm still on my 100-pound weight loss journey, but have lost and continue to keep rolling with that weight loss to reclaim my health the last 16 months, being one of the early adapters with Eli Lilly's Mounjaro. So let's go ahead and dive into our action items. I promise you, you're going to walk away with 7 action items to hopefully help you if currently right now you're having ZEPBOUND constipation or Mounjaro constipation. Or you're just starting your journey and you're researching and learning a little bit about Mounjaro side effects, ZEPBOUND side effects, and tirzepatide side effects. So tip number one, action step number one, because we're all about action here at Countess of Shopping. Talk to your healthcare provider. Talk to your healthcare provider. Like, if you don't have a healthcare provider who's prescribing you this medication that you can have a dialogue with, get another healthcare provider. I've got a great one, and I will link it down in the description link below, as is all the resources I'm talking about today. But healthcare provider, I think it's really important to have these conversations. And in fact, not I think, I know it's important to be able to have someone you trust who is prescribing you this medication to talk about with these things with. For example, for me, I had never had, there's 4 gastrointestinal, the most common side effects with Mounjaro and ZEPBOUND, which by the way are the same thing, just different FDA approvals on them. The most common one, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation. I never had nausea or vomiting, but never had nausea until Mounjaro 15 milligrams and ZEPBOUND 15 milligrams. And then boom, boom. Then the nausea came on like a stone rolling down a hill for me, which I had never experienced. So just because you haven't experienced this doesn't mean that you won't. And being able to have a documented guide with your healthcare provider as you walk through these different they're common. Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of ZEPBOUND and Mounjaro, tell us these are common. I want to encourage you. That's been really beneficial for me because I'm not a healthcare provider. I don't pretend to play one on the internet. And being able to talk to somebody who is in their gifting, who is like, my gifting is if somebody wants to start a multi-million-dollar business and do a video marketing strategy, I'm your gal. But if it's these other, I am not that. And so I think it's really important you talk to a healthcare provider that you trust, that you like, and that you're able to have these open dialogues with. Super important. Number 2, for me this last week, I had constipation. Whoa, daddy. A couple of reasons why my constipation, sorry, I'm always like, have I reached this point on the internet where I'm talking about constipation? I have, because hopefully it will help you, because so many thousands and thousands and thousands, it's very normal to have constipation with GLP-1 medications, not just with Mounjaro and Wegovy, but Wegovy and Ozempic and semaglutides too. So I upped my protein, and you're going to see in upcoming videos, I've got some amazing upcoming tirzepatide meals, semaglutide meals. So click that subscribe and like button because you're going to want to stay tuned for those. But I upped my protein from what I had been eating because I've been on this weight stall and I'm trying to fight past it. I'm fighting past the weight stall, which is very normal, by the way, to have weight stalls. When you've lost this amount of weight, getting near the end of my goal, it's going to take longer. My first month, I lost 20 pounds on GLP-1. I'm not losing 20 pounds at this phase of the game. And so I'm fighting right now with this. So I thought, gosh, I'm going to up my protein 100 to 120 grams per day. I started tracking and realized I was not hitting those goals on day 1, day 2, I have way less appetite, so I'm not hitting those. But day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, why am I not doing that? Tracking it is, so I tracked it, and I've been eating a lot more protein because I didn't realize I wasn't eating enough. Funny how that works. And so I upped my protein, bam, constipation. So if you are upping your protein, that's number 2. Could that possibly be why? Or did you just titrate up? It's totally normal if you just titrated up to have constipation. Or in my experience, strength and hope is also just sometimes like certain weeks, like I just do, like there's no, like I just have. And so number 3, and I'm ranking these in terms of what I have done first to like last things that have been like crazy helpful, but I didn't start with the crazy helpful ones. Number 3 was leafy green vegetables. For me, I was like, Oh, your girl hasn't been eating enough leafy green vegetables. So bringing that in the play. And I've got a great place for takeout food, which I'll tell you in an upcoming video. You're going to see it when it says Mounjaro and ZEPBOUND meals. You're going to want to watch that video because I talk about the leafy green vegetables, how good they are, and they've made a big difference too. I just was not eating enough fruits and vegetables. A lot of protein, but not enough fruits and vegetables to help counterbalance that. Plus I was full, right? The appetite suppression is real. So how do you balance these? It's a fine balancing act. Number 4, coffee. But I can't have coffee because I've already got high. I just can't. My body does. So I have caffeinated, decaf coffee. That helps. If that didn't, so then number 5, this is where, like, for me, it was incredibly helpful, but I have more after that. I told you I was going to give you a whole game plan, a whole action plan. Number 5 is my magnesium. And if you watched the very beginning of my, way 16 months ago, I used to recommend, I used to recommend this for magnesium. Y'all told me it only has one type of magnesium in it. Why am I taking magnesium that only has one type when I can take magnesium that has 7 types? I'll link this one down below and use the discount code QUEEN. This has been a game changer for constipation for me. Y'all, I did the first recognizing I think is part of it, because once you have consciousness of it, then you can take more action on it. So the first 4 steps were being conscious and trying, like, easy solutions. This, friends, so helpful. I take my magnesium at night, and then in the morning, it's good. Again, things I never thought I'd say on the internet, but here we are. You can take magnesium in the morning to help with brain clarity, or like, not brain clarity, but like fog, like to help alleviate mental fogginess. I don't do that. I like to take it at night to help me sleep. But in the morning, it's been so helpful. So I'll take the magnesium, then I'll have some the night before bed, about 30 minutes before bed, and you take 2. Now, you need to talk to your healthcare provider before you take any supplements. You know that, right? But more than 70% of the population is magnesium deficient. Here's how big the pills are. I know some of you guys don't like big pills, so I like big pills and I cannot lie. So that's the size of them. Take 2, or you can take 1. You know what I mean? Like, you test it, talk to your healthcare provider about it. I started taking 1, felt like it gave me the best sleep. And so here's where my problem, remember how I said I was constipated because I was having so much protein? I wasn't taking these at nighttime for a couple of nights because my family member has colon cancer. And so it's been very stressful in our household. Full disclosure, like, I am in a protective bubble trying to protect my peace as I walk through this valley with my family of this season, and it's a season of unsettledness. And so at nighttime, I was just was not having my normal nighttime routine. I've since corrected that too, of like, I need the stamina, so I need to fix that at nighttime. And so anyways, part of that nighttime routine is magnesium. And so that doesn't, me talking about the side things, it doesn't really back to constipation, but it kind of does. So if your schedule's been wonky with work, with family stuff, for me, next week I go over and I travel back out to LA. YouTube invited me to this really cool event. Thanks, YouTube. And so I went back out to LA. So, like, again, that also changes up my body dynamics. When I'm flying in an airplane, that also changes my body dynamics. So pinpointing for you, if you've had constipation, is there something specific that's contributing to that? You know what I'm saying? So for me, magnesium, that alleviated that problem. However, you can take, and I absolutely love Bellway. I'm not sponsored by today's video. These are me sharing. I love them. Simply just me sharing my experience. This is not a sponsored video, just me sharing my experience, strength, and hope. I do have affiliate links linked down below. But this is Bellway Super Fiber Capsules. You can take 5 of them at one time, 2 to 3 times per day. Take it with water. They have clear instructions. This is what the pill size is on these. It's psyllium husk. And so you can do drinks, like some people like Metamucil drinks and things like that. I'm not so much a big fan. I'd rather take the capsules, but it's 5 of them at one time. So this is what that looks like in one serving of them. Hold on, there's too many. This is what it looks like. See? So in terms of taking that, that's what it looks like, 2 to 3 times per day. For me, psyllium husk, that helps any sort of, for me, like, that is sky rockets in flight. Very, very helpful. So, and they do have like gummies. I don't take gummies anymore. My dentist told me that they're getting in the back of my teeth, like, you know, so I don't take those anymore. That's why I like the capsules. It's not going to affect my teeth. And then drinks, I like them, but I prefer the psyllium super fiber capsules. I'll link that down below. And then tip number 7 is Epsom salt baths. That is also very helpful. There's something about, I think our ancestors had it right. Like I think about like those clawfoot tubs back in the day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds so fabulous. Of like, with Epsom salts though, that is also very, very helpful too, of just taking an Epsom salt bath. That has been very helpful for me. So these have helped. It has knocked my problem out of the park. It's not a problem anymore, but recognizing that it's totally normal. Like this is totally normal part of GLP-1 medications, not just for Wegovy and not just for Zepbound, but for semaglutides and tirzepatides for folks transferring over to compounds as well. Like just knowing it's par for the course if you're starting your journey or if you've titrated up. And for me, in my instance, I have been on Mounjaro 15 milligrams, Zepbound 15 milligrams, and now a compound. I've been on it for months and months and months and months. And this happened because I was choosing to have more protein. I wasn't eating enough protein. Realistically, when I don't track, I probably have half the protein I'm supposed to have. And then I do consume more food because I'm not as full, because protein makes me full. So something to think about in terms of your protein. One thing I do want to encourage you for free, if you have not gotten this or go to the recipes on there too, is it is a free meal plan. I bought it from a dietitian. It's dietitian created. So if you're like, am I eating the right things? Am I having enough protein? I use this, but then I track for myself. So it's a week-long meal plan. And then it comes with the grocery shopping list for free. It was dietitian created. It's free for you. My gift out of my own pocket. My husband thought I was nuts, but I wanted to own the licensing rights to give it to you for free. And then here's all the protein. There's a bunch of protein recipes in there too for free. Dietitian created. So I own the rights to these to give to you. Take it, please take it. And then also in my free encouragement group, I'll link that down below. Over 10,000 plus people strong of really amazing, positive, fun, fantastic, wonderful people in that group who are solution oriented and loving and have the collective goal of weight loss together. And whether you're on a semaglutide or Wegovy or Zepbound or whatever, or if you're on Mounjaro for weight loss, all are welcome at that table, but super, super helpful too, to run some of these things past of like, I'm trying this, I'm doing this, da, 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 da. It's very, very helpful. Or the inverse of having diarrhea too, because I've had both. I've had both sides of the coin. Usually more often than not, I do have diarrhea more than I have constipation, but everybody's body's different. Ooh, so there's not like a one size fits all with all of these too. I do also love LMNT electrolytes. They have, if you get any order with them, they've been very gracious to the Countess of Shopping community to give 8 free sticks totally for free, which is really sweet. So I like that. That does have in it sodium, magnesium, potassium. That also helps me too. And it's good with summer coming up. It's so stinking hot. I've been looking for fun beverages. They did come out, by the way. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with their sparkling, what are they calling it? Sparkling electrolyte water. Y'all, this one's my favorite. I bought them, to be clear, I bought them with my own money. The black cherry lime, gosh, I got like 5 cases because I was worried they were going to sell out. So I bought a bunch of them. I bought cases and cases. I feel very badly for my FedEx man or woman. Sorry. But that is also helpful too if you're still wanting to sip on something throughout the day as opposed to taking some capsules. For me, really that magnesium though, that has been the force. Be one with the force. My sweet friends, I hope that that is helpful for you today with the 7 different tips. Make sure you get that free group. And we do a couple things here. One, as accountability. Tell me down below in the comment section, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goal? I want to know. For me, I'm going to make sure I do wall Pilates right after this video. And then the Duke is coming home very shortly and I want to greet him by the time he gets home. So I need to go do wall Pilates right after this. And then number 2, we do an emoji in the comments that tells me that you made it this far in the video. Today's emoji is going to be a bow. I had a thing at my son's school. And so bow, and that, if you type that, you can type in bow if you're not near to make an emoji, or use the emoji for that. And I'll pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, uplift you in positive thought. But it helps me with the pattern recognition to know your name. So many of you comment so much like, you are my good friends, even though I've never met you. We've just talked through the comment section. Like, for example, Anisha, she's somebody who's always comments, who's so fabulous, who's so positive, who's so amazing, whatever her comments pop up, I'm like, yay! So many of you, that's one of many, 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 many examples of the thousands of counts and countesses out there, because I truly do care. I truly, truly do care. And collectively, as I walk through this new season of having a family member who has colon cancer, and it's rocked our family, and what that's creating, need this positive environment. And I've talked about that on other videos, but for me, weight loss is hard. And so having a community, having a group of loving, like-minded, awesome people who are solution focused, as we continue to ride the waves through shortages, as we continue to ride the waves through weight stalls, as we continue to ride the waves through constipation, that there's a really cool support system. And when you have a weight loss, we cheer for you in this group. And that's one of the things I love, which is, so I'll link all of the things will be linked down in the description link below. And if you're like, where's the description link? Just click that ... more button, and that will pull up everything. On countessofshopping.com, my blog for all things Mounjaro and Wegovy. I've got a ton of resources there for free for you. So we've got free blog, free meal plan, free encouragement group, 200 plus free videos, like a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff for you. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings, because life is delicious. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.